Yo guys, what's good? Enigma here, and today I'm going to be talking about anchors in Dragon Ball Season 3. In Dragon Ball we had a new mechanic added called Limit Break, which is basically when you're on your last character, you get a 20% damage boost, which is the same damage boost you get from sparking. In Season 3, having an anchor character has been looked at a bit more in terms of which characters are good at making comebacks, which characters are good solo with neutral pressure, and it's been a bit more of a talking point having who you're gonna have on your anchor spot in particular. Since in Season 2, Super Saiyan Goku was pretty much mainly the only pick, just because of how the meta shaped around having a beam assist, being able to set up Universal Fuzzy and stuff. Now that that's gone, people are looking into other types of anchors and other characters in that last position, not necessarily all of them have a beam assist. As you can see on the screen, you see a couple of anchors here already, Base Goku and Zed Broly, who generally are in an anchor spot and they don't have traditional beam assists that the game has had throughout its lifetime. So I'm going to talk about anchors. Two main factors that I consider when I'm trying to pick an anchor for any team is their assists and how their assists help the rest of my team, and how good are they on their own. Can they make comebacks? Do they have good pressure? Do they have good neutral? Do I need to save sparking for them? And we'll talk about that in this video. If you do enjoy the video, like, subscribe, share it as well, comment, let me know your thoughts. It does help me out a lot. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is what I quote unquote call team building anchors or team completing anchors. These guys tend to have an assist that will kind of just help everyone on the team in some way, shape, or form, in neutral, pressure, and allow you to get some sort of mix up of it. This tends to be in Dragon Ball, it tends to come in the form of a beam assist. Or in Super Saiyan Vegeta's case, his consecutive blast, which has been used since Season 1, very, very common. People already know that. You have a lot of players who have showcased how strong that assist is, even though it's not a true block stun. And of course, we have Goku Black, and Goku, right? Not that one. That one. So these assists tend to be like strong and neutral no matter what, and the characters on point themselves tend to not have an incredible mix-up game. In Season 2, GT did have very, very strong mix-up off of his level 3, but even in Season 2, his block string mix-up is not very strong. Even with sparking, it's pretty hard to condition an opponent to actually get hit by a cross-up. His cross-up is pretty hard to do. You kind of have to jump back and then do a forward jump, and then forward air dash. Like that. And even then, it's still, it's quite a long time to react to that. 2H, whatever. Obviously, you can condition with the ball, but generally, compared to most other characters, it's not as strong. Which other characters I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So yeah, these characters tend to have a really good assist that can help no matter team, no matter what the character is, who you have a middle point, neutral, pressure, block strings, pretty decent block stun, not usually higher than 30, 32 maybe, and cover a wide range of the screen, like I said. So yeah, that's what I consider to be a team building anchor. Generally, you're not going to see them, I think, making the most comebacks in Season 3. And most of them won't even be anchor anyway. There's probably only 3 on this screen will be anchor, will be Super Saiyan Goku, Black, and GT. And that's purely because their assists are really, really strong. Black, you probably won't see him. And the other one as well, I think, would be Krillin. Krillin B as well. I think he's also a pretty solid character. He's actually got probably the best pressure, I think, out of these 6. Maybe not as, yeah, probably the best pressure next to UI Goku out of these guys, with Solar Flare and After Image. So probably him and Super Saiyan Goku him and UI Goku probably most likely to make a comeback. But generally, they'll just be on a team, usually just because of their assist in that last position, because they can help anyone and everyone. So these 6 now are characters that I think are really, really, really good at solo comebacks, right? They either have Unreactable mix-ups, for example, Android 18, Android 16, same thing again, light command grab, and Blue Goku, also his light command grab, which is 17 frames when you do it right. Yeah. So these three characters on the left, or on the right now, on the left now, they all have an unreactable command grab. This means that your opponent cannot just sit there over and over again. They, at some point, they're gonna have to either jump out or mash out, which can lead to them taking a very, very high amount of damage, depending on what start you get and what screen position you are, right? So these characters, I would say, are very, very strong at making the opponent squirm and have to make a decision. On the right, you have characters who, to a similar extent, have a sort of solo mix-up. As you know, Super Broly has this, which will catch people. He also has this, very, very strong tool, and this can also be used as an anti-air grab. It can also has the medium one as well. Very, very strong, I think. You know, this is obviously unreactable, and of course the heavy version gives a very, 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 very damaging combo that we all know. And he also has this. I think this is 13 frames, so definitely unreactable, and it can be used as an air-to-air. Very, very strong, which I don't think enough people are utilizing yet. But eventually it should be used, I think. And of course, you know, Janemba, you know, reactable command grab, but his pressure is pretty solid. His neutral is very, very good, and his damage output is also very good. And he does have a 50-50 in the corner. So if you do manage to hit them with something, get them to the corner, they will be holding a level 3 and will be holding a very strong mix-up. And this is, I think this is borderline unreactable. This is probably one of the strongest IAD cross-ups, and probably the strongest IAD cross-up in the game, honestly. This is really, really, really good. This catches me offline all the time. So I really, really do expect to see, coupled with his command grab, I really do expect to see Janemba making a lot of comebacks in Season 3. So definitely watch out for him. And Gotenks, although his solo on block pressure, no, his pressure is good, but his mix-up potential is pretty low, honestly. Doesn't have a way to like really enforce a mix-up other than doing this. And, you know, that has a landing recovery. You can obviously dash after it, but, you know, the landing recovery is still there. Opponents can just jab on it as well. So it's not going to be very, very useful. You know, so obviously you can do the actual shout and then do whatever, but for the most part, you're not really going to be mixing people up from his like actual string pressure. Probably get a Dragon Rush after you've made them tired, then you do Ghost Oki, and that's where you're going to get the potential to mix someone up. And even then, if they do manage to get out of the first mix-up, which is the 50-50, the auto combo mix-up after is not nearly as strong. So Gotenks a little bit more on the lower side, but these 6 characters, and any character with a strong ID, JL, and convert, like Team Gohan, Frieza, any character like that, I think is also kind of up there in terms of comebacks. But these 6 in particular, or these 5, and then Gotenks on the side in particular. Sorry, another thing I forgot to mention, generally these characters, their assists aren't super good. The only exception I would say is probably S Broly B and Janemba A and Gotenks A, but like I said, Gotenks isn't very, for me, not as good as comebacks as the other 5, right? So Janemba A very strong in neutral and in pressure, and Super Broly B very strong in neutral. Not so much pressure. It has quite low block stun, but it is still very good in neutral, and it's serviceable in pressure. So generally, you wouldn't see these guys at Anchor, only maybe 16 and Janemba, usually because their assist doesn't really warrant them being there. But, like I said, if they are the only character left on the team, they are still very strong at mounting that comeback. So definitely watch out for these guys, I think, if they are left 1v3, because the game is definitely not over if they're on their own. Okay, so these 6 are what I call the hybrids. These characters have both an assist that is really good in neutral and completes a team. Will either help, or will probably help both the point and the mid. Trunks has both 2 assists. He has his beam and CTF. Both of these are really, really good for any character to use, really, in neutral and in pressure. I would say CTF probably not as good in pressure, although it does mask Dragon Rush very, very well. So even then, it's still very usable there. And of course, his beam, as we all know, 30 frames block stun, goes full screen, very active. But the hitbox is actually smaller than regular beams, so it does make a difference in neutral and in some combos. Also, Yamcha. That's not Yamcha. That's Yamcha. As we all know, he's got very strong assists. All 3, really. And his second assist is the beam. So now he has that. He also has a team competing assist. And he's very, very strong in mix-up wise. Trunks' mix-up, which I didn't show. I'll show it now. Right there. And his cross-up. Right there. So that actually does hit same frame if you do it correctly. So it's pretty much you can't, there's no OS for it, you have to guess. But some people may say they can react to whether or not he actually goes cross up or not, depending on the camera. I think it's easier to react to mid screen, but in the corner it's pretty much a guess, honestly, because he doesn't go very far because of the distance, right? So solo mix up on point with sparking, and of course from level 3. And as an assist, he's got 2 very strong ones. Same with Yamcha, you know, everyone knows his mix-up, right? Cross-up, Wolfang. If I actually get the H out, right there. And then in the corner, he's got very good pressure. The opponent is conditioned to not jab. Right there. And obviously, if they're trying to look for that, then you can obviously go same side and then get a combo there, right? And do whatever you want to do. And then also he has, he can do frame trap 2M into a combo, right? And he can this is really important as well. He can disengage at any point, which is really, really strong. This being able to disengage at any point and then go back in, I think is really, really strong for him. So he's got that going for him. Only thing is, his neutral is fairly weak. Outside of EX Wolfang, which doesn't gel into Vanish anymore, it's a little bit weaker, right? But, like I said, he's got solo comeback potential, and both his assists are very, very good. All 3 of his assists are very, very good. Similar to 21, she's got strong A assist, very, very strong A assist. Neutral is very, very strong. Pressure is really good. You know, she can air dash after 2S. She can do, her normals are pretty safe. You know what I'm saying? The distance that she can put on them as well. Right? So out there, the 5L is not going to punish. Have to commit something like 5M to really get a block string. Then she can backdash. So it's very strong there. And her assist, like I said, is very, very good. So yeah, she's awesome. And she has a command grab. Now, obviously, she can, with Season 3, letting her, when she has all the steals, she can throw that ball out and get plus 21. Very, very strong as well. So just with all of that put together, I think she can make some pretty good comebacks as well in Season 3. And then we have the Powerhouses. These 2 in particular, I think, are the best comeback characters in the game. Zed Broly, probably a better anchor due to his assist, I feel like. Being a neutral assist, although it's not very good in pressure, I feel like the neutral aspect is a little bit more important for me personally. Obviously, if you don't agree, that's up to you. But as we all know, base Goku, 20 frame command grab, unreactable, so you will have to press out of pressure at some point. And of course, the monster himself, the demon, 17 frame command grab, sliding knockdown, continued pressure, very strong neutral, very non-committal as well. You know, and of course the legendary. This move is very, 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 very good for calling out jumping. So all these tools combined, he's just really, really good. Strong neutral, strong comeback potential. Same with base Goku, having a -9 on block beam, neutral, cannot be understated. And if you TK it, it becomes -2. There we go, yeah, it becomes -2. And of course, you can use that to steal turns with Vanish. Same with Zed Broly. If you do It's a true string right there, so he can take turns fairly easily. It's got armor as well. So yeah, these two I would say are the best at making comebacks, and Zed Broly probably more of a fitting anchor, just because his assist I think helps in all aspects of the game: neutral, combos, and pressure. Whereas base Goku is a little bit less on the neutral side, although it is strong for like super dash assist, very high blocks and stuff. It doesn't cover the range that Zed Broly's A assist covers, for me personally. And then lastly we have Tn. Tn is kind of a hybrid as well. I wouldn't say as strong as the other guys, but he does have a command grab. He does also have an overhead, which has the same flash, and it's the same startup as the command grab, which is really, really important. The startup is the same for the command grab as the dive kick, and this hits me. This definitely does hit me. I can't even lie. Maybe I just suck, but for me personally, I feel like he's pretty good at making that comeback. Another thing as well is that his medium volleyball fist is actually invincible. So this is very good at countering assist calls, which obviously as a solo character you're going to have to be able to do very well. Also got a solo assist, very high block stun, very good in my opinion. And his assists as well are pretty good. This assist, it's not like the best beam assist, but it has a high hit stun. It's very, very, very active. Low block stun, but not that one. That one has very high block stun. It is low block stun, but still a pretty good assist in my opinion. 20 frames, only one less than S Broly's B assist. So yeah, I think even him is very good. And of course, everyone knows damage output is crazy. So it is what it is. So yeah, that's how I view anchors in Season 3 at the moment. Everyone else is kind of like below that. You generally don't want them as anchors unless they have an assist that really, really helps out your team, like Jiren A. But he's not really going to be making many comebacks in Season 3 in my opinion. But yeah, those 18 characters are how I would categorize the anchor slots this season. Comeback anchors, team building anchors, and hybrids. I think you're going to see a lot of Zed Broly and base Goku and Trunks and Yamcha. So those four in particular I think are going to be the best or most common anchors. If Super Saiyan Goku gets his Tntn back, I think he will be like 5th in popularity. But the other four, I think are way better at making comebacks than he is. So I think the only reason we saw it in Season 2 as much, similar reason in a similar Season 1 with with Super Saiyan Vegeta, just because he was the pick, basically. Because he was the common pick, that's pretty much all. Once the picks broaden out, I think he's not going to be making as much comebacks, obviously, because there's going to be less players playing him. So if you do have clashing opinions or you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. It's quite interesting, I think, to talk about the archetypes of different positions and who you think are going to be strong where. So yeah, do let me know in the comments or hit me up on Twitter or whatever, DMs, anything. Let me know. It's quite interesting for me. But that's all I have to say about anchors in Season 3 at the moment. If you enjoyed the video, do like, subscribe, and share as well. It really does help me out. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 sub goal, so if you could help me on my journey, that'd be really great. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.